Hi, my name is Ashton and welcome back to Ashton's EDC. Today I'm going to be doing a video on one of my favorite flashlights in my collection, and that is this, the Fenix TK16. I just really like this light from Fenix. Fenix makes really great quality flashlights to begin with. This one is more of a tactical style light, but I just really like it, the size, how it carries, the light and the brightness, as well as especially the operation and user interface. So I'm going to be sharing some information about this flashlight, kind of going into the specs of it and how it works and that kind of thing. So again, this is the Fenix TK16. Hopefully you can see that there. Really nice flashlight. So I'll give you a few specs to start off. So the length, so from head to tail, comes in at 5.63 inches or 143 millimeters. The diameter at the head, so that would be here, is 1.34 inches or 34 millimeters. Whereas the body diameter, as you can see, it is narrower here. The body diameter comes in at exactly 1 inch or 25.4 millimeters. And the weight on the website, it lists it without the battery. Unfortunately, I don't have a scale yet, but the weight listed without the battery is 3.95 ounces. With the battery, my guess is it would probably come out to somewhere closer to 5 ounces in total. A couple other specifications. The material, it's made of a A6061 T6 aluminum, and it has a type HA3 hard anodized anti-abrasive finish, so it's really nice and tough light. It has an IP68 rated, which means it's waterproof and submersible up to 2 meters, as well as dust proof. And I actually have tested that in some sense. I actually went out for a walk with this the other day while it was raining and was getting really quite wet. Didn't have a problem at all with the functionality. It was still working quite good. And then even just today, actually, I dropped this just in this sand and in the dirt just by accident. And I got pretty dirty on the outside, but I brushed it off and it didn't cause any issues, and nothing got in on the inside as well, which is the most important part. Some more information here. This uses a luminous SST70 LED. You can see in there, it's got a pretty deep LED with a nice smooth and shiny reflector there, and also has this stainless steel bezel with the inlaid tungsten steel braking tips. So as you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see that here. If I put it in this orientation, you can see there's 3 of those tungsten steel tips poking out, so that can be used for tactical use or for breaking windows, I think, and that kind of thing. So this flashlight has 5 modes in total, 5 regular modes that is. Another thing about this flashlight is that it does use a strobe mode. I guess one other thing to get into quickly is the battery. So this one unscrews from here. The threading is really nice and smooth. The battery comes out, and this uses a 21700 battery with a 5000 milliamp hour capacity, so you can see there. And this is charged via Type C, USB Type C. And so it's charged directly on the battery, so there's no ports or anything like that on the flashlight, which I don't mind. I know some people prefer it to be on the flashlight itself, whereas for this one, if you need to recharge, you need to essentially take it apart. But the nice thing is that once the battery's inserted in there, really nice and nicely machined. As you can see, the battery fits nice and smooth, and once the tail cap is screwed back on, there's no ports or anything like that on the outside for water or dust to get into. So it really just reassures that waterproof IP68 capability, as there's no ports or anything like that. So there are 5 regular lighting modes, and then there is a strobe mode. So first, let's take a look here on the tail. Unfortunately, it's not like a recessed area or anything like that, so you can't tail stand this light. It does have a nice pocket clip though, or belt clip. And then for the tail switch, it has 2 main buttons. As you can see, this is the main one, which is quite a bit thicker, and this one is much thinner. So 2 buttons. The main one here is used to turn it on and off, and that's it. And whereas this secondary button right here is what you use to switch between the modes. So click the main one to turn it on, and then press that secondary button to cycle through, like that. And it makes it very easy to do so. So hopefully I can show you by doing this. So you just click once to turn on, and then you just slide your thumb down a tiny bit, and then nice and easy press to cycle through. So the 5 modes on this, just want to make sure I'm at the lowest mode. Yeah, there we go. So the lowest mode is Eco, which is 30 lumens. The runtime for this is a pretty insane 43 hours and 20 minutes. So that's a couple, almost 2 days, which is pretty insane, but it's still a pretty decent amount of light though. Kind of shining here on my shirt just to give you a bit of an idea. But don't worry, later on I'll be going outside to show you how this looks in the dark. So it has a runtime of 43 hours, 20 minutes. The throw distance on this is 40 meters, or 131 feet. And the candela, which is the intensity of light for this mode, is 330 candela. Moving on, pressing that secondary tail switch to the next mode. This is the low at 150 lumens. So you can see there. For all of these lights, pretty nice hot spot there in the middle, but it does have a bit of a flood as well. As you can see, it does dissipate the light quite well on the outside there. So for the low, 150 lumens, 19-hour and 10-minute runtime. Throw distance of 80 meters, or 262 feet. And the candela on this goes up to 1,650 candela for the light intensity. Moving up to the next mode, that's medium. This is 350 lumens. The runtime for this is 8 hours and 20 minutes, which still for 350 lumens you get what's essentially a night's worth of light, right? Or a day's worth of light. Of 8 hours. So that's still pretty impressive in terms of the runtime using that 21700 battery. At the 350 level, the throw is 125 meters or 410 feet, and it is using or has 3900 candela. Moving up, this is high, so you can see we're getting quite bright here. Even just holding my hand this distance away, I can already feel the heat from that. That high is 1,000 lumens. That has a 2 hour and 50-minute runtime. I don't know the exact specifications, but I do believe at some point during that 2 hour and 50 minutes it will drop down. But still stays at that for quite some time. It has a throw of 220 meters or 722 feet. And an intensity of 12,000 candela. So even for 1,000 lumens, it has a very, very intense amount of light that's going into that. And then the last mode, by pressing that tail switch once more, will bring us into the turbo, which is 3,100 lumens. So the runtime listed on the site is 2 hours and 40 minutes. That's not the actual runtime at 3,100 lumens. I believe it is still quite a while though, at like somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes or something like that, but still goes for quite some time. Has a throw of 380 meters or 1,247 feet, and the intensity of this one is 36,100 candela. And that's on that turbo. And then press that mode again and we'll go back down to the Eco. Another thing to mention on this light is that it does use a mode memory. So if I were to put it up to the medium here, turn it off, wait for a few seconds, turn it back on again, it does come back on at that medium. So really nice light, really simple operation in my opinion. Another thing that you can do with this light while off is if you press and hold that secondary tail switch, it will go into a strobe mode. So a bit of a strobe warning here. I'm not going to shine it directly on camera, but there you can see that strobe. And then if you turn it on, and if you press and hold, so while off, you have to keep your thumb on it for the strobe mode to continue. So if you press and hold, and then as soon as you let go, the strobe turns off. But if the light's already on, and you press and hold, or you press and hold for a short amount of time, and let go, then it will remain in strobe. And it does have a variable refresh rate strobe, which essentially just means that it's not a constant pattern. It does kind of cycle through some different patterns on the strobe. So that makes it nice for a tactical flashlight, because if you need strobe, you can access it just with one click, just by pressing and holding that secondary tail switch. Really nice operation. I usually hold it in this grip. Easy access to the different tail switch buttons there, off and on. Has a nice clicky feel. Fits really well in the hand for me. My hand doesn't come too much up onto the head, and so it does get a bit hot once you're using it high in turbo mode, but back here I can feel the heat a little bit, but since my hand is not right up on the head like that, I don't feel it too much. But pretty nice ergonomic handle. Has some all along kind of the body here, has some texturing just to give some extra grip. Same with up here. I'll just kind of rotate it around just so you can see the different angles and different texturing that it has. As you can see, it does have that logo there, which means that the head does get hot. Has a nice clip here that can be removed. Here's the tail. As I said, it cannot be tail standard, but you can attach a lanyard onto there or there if you want to do that. This did come with a pouch as well, like a belt pouch. Typically when I'm carrying this, I'll just carry it without the pouch, and I just clip this directly onto my belt, and it sits there pretty securely, and that works quite well. So a really nice light from Fenix. Was one of my first pickups from Fenix, I believe. I still have several of their lights now, but definitely still one of my favorites in my entire collection. So now I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna film some of what it looks like in the dark. So I'll show the different modes of each one. So eco, low, medium, and high, and turbo, to show you what that looks like. Another just quick thing to mention is that I really like the mode spacing that this has. So it goes from 30 lumens to 150 lumens, and then to 350 lumens. So that's a pretty good spacing. Then to 1000 lumens, which is a bit of a jump, but still very good spacing. And then the turbo is of course 3100 lumens, which is a pretty insane amount of light. But throughout it has very nice, evenly spaced intervals between the different light levels, which is really good in my opinion. I really like how they have that set up. I know on other lights you can find where it might go from 100 lumens to 700 lumens or something like that, whereas I do prefer when it has a few more in between. So now I'm going to head outside and I'll show you what this flashlight looks like in the dark. So I'm at my local park here. I'm just going to show you how the Fenix TK16 works, show you the different light levels in the dark. So started off here, this is on the lowest mode. I believe this is called the Eco. I'll put the lumen amounts up on the screen, but so pretty decent amount of light you can see while I'm walking around here, but not super bright, doesn't illuminate a super big area. Going on to the next mode, this is the low. gets quite a bit brighter here. So you can see, makes it much easier to see around me. If I kind of pan around here, there's a little stage. You can start to see that just a little bit. Moving to the next mode, now you can see that stage much better. As you can see, it's obviously quite brighter. Now you can also kind of see how it has the warm spot or hot spot there in the middle. And then it also has, around the edge, you can see kind of where the light ends in that sort of outer circle. Moving up to the next level, you can really start to see that stage much better now. As you can see, it's quite bright. You can see the hot spot there. Some bushes over there too, you can really see in that tree. And then moving up, I believe this is the turbo. As you can see, that stage is now completely lit up. Shine it over towards this tree here. You can see the entire tree and the bushes in front. And at this point, the light is starting to get a little bit hot. Not too bad, but near the head it is starting to get a bit hot, but it's very bright. Press it once more and it brings you back down to the eco mode, which is the lowest mode. So that's everything for this video. I hope you liked my review and overview of the TK16 by Fenix. If you have this light, I'd love to hear what you think of it in the comments down below. I know there's another newer version similar to this light. I believe it's the TK22 or something like that, which is similar. Fenix has lots of other tactical style flashlights, but this is the favorite one, my favorite that I have from them. So if you liked the video, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. Hoping to have some more videos coming out soon, some more flashlight reviews as well. So I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below. What's your experience with other Fenix flashlights as well in general? Thanks very much for watching this video though, and stay tuned for the next one. I hope you have a great day. Take care.